Alright, it's Evan with Crypto 101 here, back with another video, and in this session I'm going to do a full review on Binance Coin and explain why it's the #1 exchange currently in the world. Another update, cryptoagent bot, they're actually allowing us to use Binance as one of our exchanges too, so I'm going to get into that a little bit later at the end of the video. So starting first, let's go ahead and do the YouTube videos, top 3 winners for $150. I do this in every video, so make sure you guys comment and like. Right, Malene Okoni. I believe these regulations will make the crypto space more stable in the future, and I do agree with you. This is needed in order for cryptocurrency to move on. Once US gives the green light, most parts of the world will follow as well. So it's good news to me to see this regulation. At the same time, you know, we're going to see them stepping in and actually interfering with a lot of business structures that doesn't fit well in their program. So it's going to be good and bad, you know, but overall it's a good thing for cryptocurrency. We're moving forward, and it's going to take a long time for them to figure out how this is going to work and play out in their world. So good luck seeing how regulation can get people to pay taxes and register ICOs. It's going to be kind of tricky, but they're going to get it done eventually. Right, next one is Osiris Pam, looking for more info about trading bots. Sure, I'm going to get more info about that near the end of the video. Stick around to the end. Right, Ryby Kessis. Alright, it's been a while since your last video, man. Yes, it has, and I did discover new opportunities for us because the lending space is not paying out, okay? Because all the regulations coming in with the Texas CND orders, it's not looking good for any of the lending platforms at this moment. People are scared, people are fighting, and they're leaving. So that's mean the money is leaving with them. So that's why I am out here trying to be proactive and bring out new opportunities for everybody. So that's why I've been gone for so long, but I am back and I'll be making my videos weekly. Alright, now moving on to the quick 3 rules for investing. And also, by the way, I'm not a financial advisor or planner. All this information given for you is for entertainment purposes or education. Alright, starting with the first rule, never invest more than what you can afford to lose. I know you heard this many times throughout many videos and different channels, but this is a golden rule. You can sleep better at night. Anytime anything goes wrong, you wouldn't have the issue. It's something you could afford to let go, okay? So that's one thing that's really important that I always emphasize, but most people don't listen, so please follow rule number 1. Number 2, diversify to cast a larger net and minimize risks. Right, so we all know diversifying is actually one of the most core basic principles out there when it comes to investing, but if you don't follow it, you can easily get hurt. So when you diversify into multiple investments, you actually reduce the chance of putting all your nest egg in one, and when you do put all your eggs in one basket, you risk the potential to lose all your money, and that can happen. Anything can go wrong. In this space is very volatile. This is cryptocurrency. It's not stocks, it's not bonds. So the risk is higher, but the reward is even higher, okay? Because you lose what you put in, but there are a lot of times people are 2xing, 5xing, 10xing. This happens all the time. I've seen it already. It happens to me. It happens to all our members in the groups too. So that's why we also cast a large net. Okay, so when you get into more different coins, ICOs, there's going to be some that just moon so hard. I'm talking about maybe 20x, 30x, and that would just be what makes your entire portfolio go on to the next level, okay? So that's why you want to cast a large net and diversify. That's pretty much the basic of it, but it definitely helps in the long run. Number 3, take profit as the price increases and take more when the price is parabolic. So when the price moves up, and you guys don't take profit, you guys can easily see the price crash. The price does not continue to go up forever, so it has to come back down in order for it to come back up higher. But don't sell everything, especially if it's an altcoin that you just want to trade with. You don't have to sell all of it. You know, take your profits on the way up, because who knows, it could keep going higher. But I like to keep it, I personally like to keep it balanced. You know, everyone has their own strategy, but I notice sometimes when people sell all their altcoins, right, and they felt like it's a great move during that period, but then you look 6 months later, that same coin, it's now maybe 5x, you know, or something like that. But it happens all the time. I've seen it. You can see it with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Anyone that held for a year, they're already let me see, maybe like a 10x gain on Bitcoin. Ethereum was somewhere around like $7 or $8 at the beginning of January of last year. Litecoin was around $3 beginning of January last year. If they just held it instead of moving their finances around and trying to get onto the next hype, they would have made a lot more money just holding those core coins. Right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next subject here. Alright, so who is this person? I've seen this person. I never really actually took the time to find out what's this about, and it's actually the owner of Binance. Alright, so this guy went from 0 to $1 billion in 6 months, and he did that through creating Binance. And his name is Changpeng Zhao. Alright, so we're just gonna call him CZ for this video. Net worth about $1.1 to $2 billion. Now I remember Binance coming in July. I heard it from a great friend of mine, and it was just something cool, interesting. It was just an exchange from China. I didn't think much of it, but it really took off. I did get involved with it, but I really wish I held the coins back then. So that's another example, when you keep moving your coins around trying to get onto the next hype, you miss out all this opportunity, because this thing started at around 9 or 10 cents. And that's not even the ICO price too, so 9-10 cents, and it's already at $10, just like that. That's within 6 months. That's why you just gotta hold the coin. Alright, so here's some really interesting statistics about Binance, and this will help you understand a little bit how fast it's growing. Okay, so currently they have 6 million users, probably a little more by now. 240,000 new users every hour. So they don't even open up their registration process application for everybody for creating new accounts. It's set at a certain time, and that thing fills up fast. But it's 240,000 new users every single hour. Okay, so they have 100 of the most popular coins. I've seen their coin selection, and I am actually very attracted to what they have, and that's why I use their exchange. Their highest day trading volume peaked at $10 billion. I don't know many exchanges that has anywhere close to that kind of number. And they can process an average of 40,000 transactions per second. Okay, so that's fast. That's pretty fast. So at a peak at a 1.4 million transaction, it only uses less than 1% of their processing capacity, right? So they also said that they're going to scale their servers to handle 100 times more volume, because that's what they're expected to see with this exponential growth in new users. So as you know, Binance is one of the fastest exchange around, and I've used it and had never had any single errors, and the market order fills very fast. Like if I put it close to the last price, it just always instant. I usually get the sale taken care of within seconds. There's no lags, there's no pause. It's just much more fluid than all the other exchanges. And most importantly, it's 16 times cheaper in trading fees. That's if you use the Binance coins, because you get 50% off. So the fees is already a lot cheaper than all the other exchanges. The top 3 was supposed to be Poloniex, Bitfinex, and Binance, what people actually use in United States. Okay, so at one point when I first started, Poloniex was the #1 exchange, and that's what everybody used. They used to have a troll box. It was popular, it was simple, easy to use, and then it moved on to Bitfinex. Bitfinex took over for the past 6 months, and just recently Binance is the #1 exchange out of all those 3, and also throughout the world. But over here in North America, we all use Bitfinex now, and probably moving on to Binance. So this is changing very fast. And also there's a lot of great information right here with Binance Q2 published on January 15th. Alright, some more stats here. Over 10 billion USD worth of cryptos changed hands on Binance in one day at a peak. They average $110,000 per second in transactions. Right, the matching engine handles 3.5 billion requests that day, roughly 40,000 requests per second. So that matching, just trying to get a person's buy order and another person's sell order to match up at that kind of speed, it's just amazing how fast that is. 40,000 requests per second. There's no lag when I use the exchange, so that explains it all. Alright, so they receive more than 25,000 support tickets every single day. Right, so they only have a team of 20 support agents. That's not enough. They can only spend about 20 seconds or less per ticket. So it eventually leads to a backlog. Now you know that large exchanges like Bitfinex or Poloniex, I send them emails for support, and they get back to me within maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. It's it's ridiculous, but hey, that's how it is. It's just an overwhelming amount of demand for exchanges use. And so he did announce that they're actually going to ramp up their customer support, because that's the only thing they are trying to fix in terms of everything else in their business structure. I guess that it's just a very big problem that all these companies have to deal with, especially Coinbase. They have to get a large building just to have customer support, you know, like a full hundreds of people and staff just to handle the tickets. And most recent news, they're actually in Taiwan, from what I heard last, that they're actually trying to get more people on the development team, or maybe for customer support, but definitely for human resource. So that's great to hear, they're expanding and scaling up. So according to Alexa, the Chinese only account for 3.3% of the total user base. So everything else is around the world. I know North America is all using Binance now. Now think about it, the fees is one of the cheapest out of all the major exchanges, so why wouldn't they use this, especially if it works perfectly and it's easy to use. And the coin itself increased 220 times for its initial value in 6 months. That outperformed Bitcoin by 30x. Alright, so I did a quick search on Google and pretty much I asked which is the best exchange to use. And if you see right here, Binance was mentioned by this person. Another person mentioned Binance was the best one. Another person recommended Binance. Several people mentioned Binance. There were 2 that actually had a referral ID, so that's a little incentive for them to actually refer it, recommend it, which is not quite fair for this kind of judgment. But there are several that mentioned Binance without giving out referral code. But hey, that's how Binance is also growing at a faster rate too. I mean, if they have a affiliate system going on, everyone wins at the end of the day, okay? So this thing grows at just as fast. They don't need a strong marketing team to handle their marketing all across the world. They could just have a referral system with affiliate IDs, you know? Alright, here's another thing, guys. So this is Bitfinex. When you see number 1 over here, that's in terms of Bitcoin pair with USD, so that's 698 million. That is on Bitfinex. Alright, so they do have the number 1 spot in terms of volume, but when you see the most visited site in the world, Bitfinex come up as 966. Okay, Binance, they're at 224 ranked in the world with Alexa. Alright, in USA is 127. I know everyone's using Binance in USA. That's actually the most, it's the cheapest fees, it's the fastest, it's the most easiest to use. There's too many reasons why people want to use Binance, especially the variety of coins. You got to see the variety of coins that they offer. It's pretty much everything you need here. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. It has most of the top 10 that you will see in CoinMarketCap. Probably missing XRP, but hey, they have Walton coin. Okay, so that's something that most other places do not have, and I'll definitely would like to get more Walton coin positions. So that's their IOTA. You don't see this on Bittrex. You don't see Tron on Bittrex. Nanocoin, I don't think you see that on Bittrex, but they do have a very good selection of coins. And let me explain another reason why. Is because they have a very strict approval team that actually reviews applications on these ICOs. So they have less than 3% listing acceptance rate. So there's so many, you know, application submissions for ICOs or listings of their coins onto their platform. 97% of it does not go through or get accepted. What they focus on, the review team focuses on strong teams with working prototypes or products. Alright, so they're not looking for a platform that has a concept. Just like any ICO that, you know, want to raise money, they could just create any concept idea and, you know, just raise funds for it and take the money and go. You know, what Binance want to see is a real life utilization of their concept. You know, a prototype would even be better, or, you know, anything is better than a concept, right? So that's what they're trying to focus on, and I commend them for that, because that's what we need. Or else people would just raise ICO funds, you know, with concepts, and they could just delay the project as long as they want, and no one will win at the end of the day except that person raising that the fund. But Binance does have a safety measure in place, right? So these ICO, you know, like they come and try to fundraise on Binance, they receive 30% of the funds, right, after the completion of the ICO. So they don't get any of the money yet until the ICO is complete, first of all. To get the other 70%, they have to meet these milestones on the roadmap. Alright, so after product delivery or a certain milestone is met, then Binance will release their another 30% to them that was raised during the fund on the website on Binance. So this is a very fair way for them to make sure that they meet their end of the bargain by delivering what they said on the roadmap. So that's a foolproof system. So like if you want to get your money, get your project straight and get it done, or else, you know, like most project ICOs, they could just be scams, and they could just like drag people on and tell people that yeah, they're working on it, but at the end of the day they're not working on anything and they're just, you know, collecting money. So it's a great system that they have in place for Binance. I like it. And the listing review team is not allowed to talk to any submitters, right? So there's no conversation between the people reviewing these applications and the people submitting it. So these people upload it onto Binance's website, and then the review team will receive it, and if it's all in order, the process application will, you know, run smoother, faster, and it'll get approved. Right, so they only want people or ICOs were raising about 5 to 20 million. Alright, so anything more than that, they said that it's actually it's too risky, because with that much money raised, anything more than you're talking about $100 million, the project could start off very high and, you know, and crash. So they want a small ICO to raise funds from 5 to 20 million, starting small and building their way up, which is a much safer way for a price to increase throughout time. That's a much better way for having that happen versus a price that starts really high because of all this hype and all this funding. A large project like that could easily crash. Alright, so why would Binance Moon? Why do I think that? Now, growth, they have massive growth proven by statistics I just showed you at first. They have a referral program. Alright, so now Bittrex, Poloniex, they don't have a referral program. They don't even have a token or a coin. Right? So I don't see how they can even compete with Binance in that sense. Highest traffic volume worldwide. Now I just showed you right there that Binance is ranked at 224. So this is the 224 top website visited in the entire world. In the USA, the top 127. Alright, so that already speaks a number. And look how fast. It says 1.389 seconds. That's fast, and you know how much users they have? 6 million users. All right, so with that many users and maintaining a fast rating still, that is hard to achieve, because you can see right here at Bitfinex, they have an average speed, and they've been the largest exchange for a long time. All right, so I don't know how anyone can compete with Binance at that level, right? With the speed. Fast exchange available and scalable to match the exponential growth. Binance did mention that they're going to scale up 100 times, all right, to meet the demand that they're seeing. Quality and variety. Now I did explain about the listing. They only list the best cryptocurrencies through a strict review system, and they favor strong development teams with prototype and communities built in. All right, so they do want ICO platform to have a following. They also want them to have not only a concept, a good concept, but also the prototype or product to show and demonstrate real life use. So that's really important on picking out the best ICOs, because those are already money makers. Those are pretty much not just in the idea phase, incubation phase. All right, this is already a work in process. All right, they have more to offer on the table, so that's why those are quality coins to be listed, and that's why Binance will be the #1 exchange for a pretty long time. Now, teams that can demonstrate BNB utilization will have a higher approval rate. So if these team that are listing their coin or ICO, if they can communicate a way to explain how BNB coin, Binance's coins, can be used on their platform as a utility feature, then that will give them an upper edge versus the other companies that don't. So that will increase the price of Binance over time, right? So now everybody actually wants to get approved. They have to think about how can they utilize Binance coin with their system. So just imagine more ICOs and platforms are using Binance coins. The price will only go up over time. That's another reason. Limited supply. Now, Binance mentioned 20% of their profit will be used every quarter to buy back the BNB tokens. All right, they're going to use that buyback to burn it. So now there's 200 million of supply that was released during the ICO. So they're going to eliminate 50% of the total supply until they reach, pretty much until they reach 100 million over time. So every quarter they're going to take 20% of their profit and they're just going to keep buying back, which is going to raise the price of the BNB coins because they're cutting circulation of the coins, right? So what happens when there's less coins on the market? There's an increase in demand, which will increase the price of the BNB coin. And most simply, they have the lowest fee, 16 times lower trading fees versus the top competitor exchanges, all right? So that'll make it the #1 choice for trading bots and traders. Now, as you know, there are a lot of people in the lending platform that are moving out of it. So they're going to look for another source of revenue to replace that. Now, trading bots has become very popular too. And cryptoagent bot is going to accept Binance as one of their exchanges. That's going to be a big move onto with so many people getting onto Binance because it's actually one of the best exchanges to use. Because I was using cryptoagent bot, but I was on Poloniex and Bitfinex. Their fees are too high. Let me go ahead and show you what the fees look like for Poloniex here. 0.25%. All right, so this taker fee is when you make a market order. The current or the maker fee is when you place an order and it doesn't really meet the last or the market price, and you're setting a order outside the market price. That's when it's a maker fee, but it's 0.15%. Now look at Binance. All right, I'm paying 0.015%. All right, so that's my 50% off discount from the transaction fees every single time. All right, so if I didn't have the Binance tokens, but like why would anyone in the right mind not use Binance tokens on this exchange? It will cost 0.03%. It's still much cheaper than the competitors here at 0.25%. Okay, so we're talking about 16 times difference after you start using your Binance coins. So that's why Binance coins will only go up in value, because there's so much growth on this platform. 6 million users is going to keep spreading and it's going to keep growing exponentially at this rate. So you guys better prepare for that. So when you're using bots, especially if they're automatic bots, I use some and I go through about 100 transactions a day. So it's just non-stop trading back and forth. Okay, so that's going to take up a lot of your profit margins, and that's why people will have to resort to Binance as the #1 exchange to trade on for the bots. So this doesn't make any sense while you want to put a bot on Poloniex and you get charged 16 times more on the fees. That's taking away a huge profit margin on your end, so that it's out the question. Binance is currently $10.87, which is 55% off its highest high of $24. So check this out, guys. To me, this is a discount. If we're talking about 55% from its highest high, that is a discount to me. So now what I usually search for is for this type of cycle to finish, but what I like is right over here you have your consolidation area right here, right? So it breaks out and here's your correction, it breaks down, and then consolidation. Now this might correct further, there's no way to guarantee that, But for me, I'm entering my positions early. This is an early position I'm just getting in on. I want to start putting more money into Binance because I don't know, who knows how long it will take before the next breakout. Okay, so, and just looking at the previous, or so just the 1 day chart. So looking at the RSI here, you'll notice that it doesn't oversell outside of the box. It just sells until this area right here before it takes off. So I'm going to follow this pattern, as it seems like it's been doing this ever since. On the 1 day chart, the RSI never drops below that, so the chances of this continue that pattern should be a little higher, right? So it could come lower here, it could sell off a little more, but that's also dependent on the BTC price and see how the market reacts to that 10,000 level. But if it does, it could go back to around maybe, you know, $7, $8, or actually $8. So I'm going to pick up more if that's the case. But what I'm expecting is this thing to just continue on this motion, right? Oscillating right here, consolidating, and then breaking out. All right, so that is my hope, and we'll see. We never know, because this thing could also correct further, right, and then consolidate more. But I'm going for a long-term play right here. I could see Binance being around for 6 months unless there's another competitor, but hey, it's pretty tough competing with this. You have a company that has the fastest growth, speed, quality, and variety, a limited supply. They have the lowest fees. They're liquid. You can withdraw 2 BTC without verification. All right, with Bitfinex, I believe I can only withdraw like $2,000. With Poloniex, not much either. All right, so why would I want to have that restrictions, you know, and why do we have to always give out our identification onto the exchanges? It's just, they just made it so competitive. I don't know how any exchange can compete with Binance, and that's why you see other exchanges coming out like Qcoin and Huobi, right? So that's like 2 exchanges, I believe, from China as well, and they're just trying to copy Binance, but Binance is already on the top. It's going to be hard to compete with them with all this going on. So it's just going to be either a copycat company that try to, you know, one up Binance, but it's already pretty hard because they have the architecture built into their system where their exchanges can handle matching of these orders fast in real time, and just, you know, like once you put the order in, it shows up right away on the router side. So this is it's going to be hard to compete with. I could still see this on top, even, you know, for a very long time, for the next 6 months, and we'll check back again by then on the price. But I'm definitely going to be a long-term holder for this coin and just keep entering my position as much as I can from this point on, you know. So if it drops further, I'm going to double up. I'm just going to keep putting more and more, you know. But I don't see any reason why this thing would break down and further. I feel like this $10 mark is very crucial to Binance, as this is see at the 109,000 Satoshi mark. You can see that that's a support line before, you know, at this level. So that's around January, early January, and right now that has become the resistance level. All right, so this is going to oscillate around this area for quite a while, and anytime, you know, like, it would just be another consolidation area. If it could just hold this off, you know, for consolidating, and show that it can't go under a certain price, which is roughly that $10 mark, it's a very strong signal that it's safe to invest. Okay, so that's what it means when it starts consolidating, is that everyone's agreeing on that's the price that they want to buy it at, with $10 would be the lowest. So I'm trying to get, you know, consolidations here, right? I just want to find that. I just want to find the consolidations. I want to take profit when it breaks out here, right over there, right there. I just want to take profit all the way up. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to do, just looking for consolidations here. This is already in correction here, and now back to consolidation. So this is everything I'm looking at for. All right, so we have other examples here. You do have another graph, same thing. This is the accumulation phase. It's very important. This is one of the best times to buy, is when it's low. Okay, so that's one example. Here's another one. So when it's boring, this is when people are actually, the smart money comes in and starts accumulating. Right, when the pump happens, this is when all the YouTube videos are out. saying, you know, so and so coins going to the moon. This is already too late. You don't want to get into the coin at this part. All right, it's too risky, because this is what happens right after the correction phase. All right, correction, and we want to get it back to consolidation before you go to the next phase, which is breakout. So that's what I'm waiting for. Alright, so here's an example of the Bitcoin bubble. It's the same thing, you know, you have your smart money coming in, buying at the stealth phase when no one's really talking about it and the price is low. So this is where I start accumulating. Alright, and then as it starts taking off a little bit, you got more people aware of it and the price takes off after media attention happens. Well, in our case, it'll be YouTube videos. That's the media that we have, you know, because this is more of a peer-to-peer community. All right, so the news, they do affect it too, but definitely I feel like YouTube is actually the #1 place where most of the word gets spread. Because the news, honestly, their information, it sucks. All right, so they tell you to buy Ripple when it's mooning, and then they tell you to sell Ripple when it's dropping, you know, just things like that. It's like they don't know what they're talking about. Alright, so you can't follow the news for these kind of investment. That's the worst thing you can do. You actually want to do the opposite of what the news reports has been saying about cryptocurrency, because they don't understand it to that kind of degree. So right, breakout here, correction, and now return to mean, which is going to set it back at the consolidation area. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for. And also did a YouTube search. Okay, typed in Binance. You see all the videos here, the top videos, 1 month, 3 month, 1 month, 6 days ago. So this one's kind of relevant. All right, 1 month, 3 weeks, 1 week ago. So they did have a convention, and the owner of Binance, Zhao Chengpeng, actually was a speaker there, and I got a lot of good information from him, and that's how I made my notes. Right, so you wanna, you know, like if a coin is already hyped up, this is when all the videos came out a month ago. Okay, so right now we are going back into stealth mode. Quiet, you know, it's very quiet on Binance's you know, hype right now. You don't want to buy in on the hype, guys. This is like the worst time to buy in. It's so expensive. Get it at a discount, 55% off. Okay, this is where I'm accumulating, and it's a lot more safer than buying it over here. You know, like you don't know how much higher it's gonna go, but you're gonna try to ride the train and it just crash on you any moment. So this is what I'm doing, you know, just accumulating at this position at this point. All right, so cryptoagent bot, you guys got to see this. So right over here, so this is a bot that gives out signals, and then you could use Bitpoly to enter in the trades. It's made very conveniently, so you don't have to log in manually to your Poloniex account or Binance account and enter your 2FA. It just trades for you through Telegram on your phone, so you can do this anywhere. Very convenient. But what's gold here is the signals that they give out. So let me give you an example. Look at this. So Burst coin, it said buy at the 316, 330 level. Alright, so 316 is right here. Okay, and they were telling us to buy from here to 330. You know, so right over here is where the signal was given out. By the time I got the message, it was already around this level. A little too late. I guess I was sleeping during that period, but it's a little too late for me. So you know what? They said 50%. So I said, alright, if it's gonna be up here, I'm still gonna buy it and just hold it. You know, I won't get the same gains as everyone else that bought it down here, but hey, if they're saying 50% gain, I'm gonna hold and wait until it hits the 50% up there. So I still bought it anyways. Alright, it's not the end of the world, you know. My gains are gonna be less, but hey, I'm fine with a 20% or 25% gain. Doesn't matter to me, it's still a gain. But their signals are solid. As you can see, after they announced it, it already went up 13%. So just imagine the other people that were able to buy it at that point. And a lot of signals came through, you know, a lot of signals came in. And also, they're releasing ICO signals too. So I signed up for this, so I'm going to get more information on VTC soon. But we're going to get ICO signals as well. So now, what does this mean? Why do you want signals? You know, if you guys are, you know, coming in new or don't have that much, you know, trading experience, or just too much general much general knowledge of cryptocurrency, this is actually, it makes much more sense because these people handle all the research for us already, and they already have the proven track record of technical analysis and success rate with these programs, you know, because I already seen successful users with their YouTube videos. Now the thing is, I just started, so I can go ahead and show you some of my past performance, but it's not much because I just started, so I have to actually collect more data to show you the rest of cryptoagent success. All right, so this just started, but it's looking decent on my end. So what I gotta show you this first. All right, so these are my gains so far, and this is not using the signals. This is just me playing around with you know, buying low and setting on a 10% gain, 15% gain, and just leaving it. All right, I just set it and forget it pretty much, because you know, if you want to do day trading, that's a totally different game. You got to be on the computer every day. It takes up so much time. I'm talking about hours, because you have to watch the price action up and down. It just takes a lot of your time. So you know, if you see a dip in the market, you simply just enter in some of the best selling coins or the most high market cap coins, high cap coins like Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, you know, Litecoin, Monero. These are solid coins with real projects, all right, or real use cases. So you know they're not going to go away, and that's why I'm able to buy the dips, and it'll be back up. You know, it always comes back up. I probably have just one holding, just Ethereum right now, buying the dip because it's actually going through a correction phase. All right, so it's going to be a bag I'm going to have to hold for a little bit at this meantime. But hey, you know what? All these already sold. So out of these, and this is just a test run I did, and it worked out well. All right, I already have four coins sold, one bag holding. Not too bad. Ethereum is a long-term hold anyway, so it doesn't I don't mind, because I know it's just going to go up later over time, and I'm going to get my money back very soon. All right, it's just a cycle it has to go through, because Ethereum moved very hard, so it has to come back down. Alright, so here's the update. They said they're integrating to Binance with Bitpoly. So Bitpoly is where I make the trades, cryptoagent bots where I get the signals. And right over here, okay, so they have been releasing out ICO signals, and look, they said they released out Power Ledger in September. They had huge potential. They're talking about 500% profit, 5x gain on Power Ledger. I wish I got the signal for that, because it's pretty simple. All you have to do is just follow their signals. It's up to you if you want to take it or not, but I just follow everything they do. They know better than all of us, okay? Because they have a team dedicated to trading and research. We don't have to do that much research anymore. We just leave it to them to do all that work. That saves a lot of time, and it's more efficient, and the quality of their signals is going to be better than our quality of work that we do on our own, because they have a team and we don't. So right over here, you can see they're already telling their people, because I believe they told people before me to buy Ethereum, and it was supposed to be held, and they said profit now 36%, sell. Right over here, Litecoin, they tell you to sell at 70%. Just pretty amazing. It's not fully automatic, but hey, I don't mind taking it this way too, because I could earn higher profit margins. You know, with this trading bots that goes automatic, that runs. I have a few testing right now, and hey, when it goes through a correction in the market, or when you see Bitcoin price drop, you're going to hold bags. All right, so you're not going to earn money through that period. You gotta be able to turn off the bot, you know, and turn it back on. But it's so much work doing that just to get it to operate and make money, you know. So there's some that works good, but I'll show you that in another video. But so far, this is the one I'm really focused on, because the returns are much higher. It's only $250 a month. It's worth it. I made my money back already. You can see already there my 10% gains. Those already made back already, and much more. So there's an annual plan as well too, and a 6-month plan. But yeah, just a month to try it out. That's what I recommend to anybody. Just start with a month and see how it goes. But I made it easy for everyone to pretty much install this on Telegram. All right, all the instructions are here, step by step. So just go ahead and follow the link below and use this registration instruction to set up your crypto agent bot and Bitpoly on Telegram on your phone. and connect it to your exchange. It's very easy. It's an easy guide to follow and with visuals, so can't go around there. Also, I'm gonna leave my Binance link for you guys. It's going to be down there as well. If you don't have Binance, definitely sign up for an account, and also watch the market, watch the price of Binance too. You know, it's a lot of potential here for the long run. This thing is the #1 exchange right now in the world. All right, so this thing will break out. We just don't know when. It's a matter of time, but this is looking very nice, and it's setting up to break out at this moment. It has a slight uptrend, but it's still considered a sideways movement. And this thing, once the volume picks up and some news hit, you can see right here, green, 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 red over here. This thing is turning around, and who knows, any moment this thing could take off. But invest what you can afford to lose. This is cryptocurrency after all, but my bet is definitely with Binance. I looked at a lot of coins. I went through an entire list of coin market cap, and this is what I found out of all the coins that I feel strongly about. All right, so yeah, keep an eye on this. Check out cryptoagent, and make sure to comment and like on this video. You can have a chance to win $150. I'm going to have 3 winners on every single video. All right, so stay tuned for the next one. I'll see you guys on the next video.